Season 5 of The Score, the Team Roping Journal's podcast, where we cover the roping industry from top to bottom. This is where the team roping world talks. We talk through tough subjects, we talk big wins, and we talk real issues affecting the community. I'm your host and editor of the Team Roping Journal, Chelsea Schaefer.
Hey Team Ropers, it's Jenna. Welcome back to another episode of The Short Score. For this week's episode, we've tapped Casey Allen over at our sister podcast, The Breakaway Breakdown, for part 2 of Anthony Lucia's story. You can go back and listen to part 1 on The Score, or you can head over to teamropingjournal.com and read his full story online. But for this week's episode, they dive a little bit deeper into his team roping background and talk about the people who have been most influential on his rodeo announcing career and in team roping. I hope y'all enjoy this episode, brought to you by the WCRA. Stay tuned for the commercial break to learn more.
So let's talk about how you balance entering rodeos and announcing, because I think that's pretty awesome. And specifically, I want to talk about Salt Lake City. So walk me through.
I don't want to talk about Salt Lake City. I did terrible.
You don't have to. Okay, well, let's talk about what it looks like at a WCRA event when you show up and you're announcing and you're also competing. Like, what is that schedule like? Is it hectic?
Yeah. So Salt Lake was unique in the fact that this year I've entered less than I have since I started roping in freaking 16 years ago, because of my announcing and how busy it's gotten. Balancing is so hard because keeping my actual good head horse legged up. I've got a really nice head horse, and keeping him legged up is a difficult task whenever I'm gone for months or 6 weeks at a time. Earlier this summer, I was able to kind of half-butt ride him 2 or 3 days a week, go practice a couple days, and then I took him with me when I went on a little run to West Texas when I announced Big Spring and Pecos, and I entered both of those rodeos with he's actually a header, Montana Circuit header champion, Cody 2, and been to the Ram National Circuit Finals, college champ. Well, he sold his good head horse to Brock Hansen, so he's just been healing. And we had jackpotted at some of the 14s and 15s around this area, and he was like, "Hey, if you ever want to go to some of these rodeos, I'd love to go." And I'm like, "You want to heal at the pro rodeos?" He's like, "Sure." And so for me, it's hard to keep a great partner because I can't enter like they need to meet at dinner. I don't get to practice and work at it like if you're a guy that's relying on team roping to make a living. So I don't even try to get, the best runs. And obviously, like Cody 2, he's like, we've been friends for freaking however long, 15 years. And it's just fun for us to go and enter. So I entered those couple. We entered Gladewater and Cleburne and Weatherford, and I turned some good ones. Well, when we entered that week in June, I'm like, I'm going to nominate Gladewater. Well, I nominate Gladewater. We end up placing with a leg. So I get like 1 point, okay? I don't think nothing of it. And Sammy Joe with the WCRA, I think I was back east actually at one of the rodeos, and she goes, "Are you excited about Salt Lake?" And I'm like, "Absolutely. It's one of my favorite rodeos to announce." And she said, "Well, how would you feel if I told you that you're on the alternate list to get into Salt Lake?" And I'm like, "Man, that's awesome." She's like, how would you feel if I told you that you were going to get to rope at Salt Lake?" And I was like, excited, nervous, all of the things. And she's like, "Well, you're in." She said, because of the schedules of everyone and all the rodeos going on with Salinas and Spanish and Ogden and Nampa, we're going that far down on our alternate list. She's like, "No offense." And I was like, "No, none taken. All good." And I was like, "So who can I rope with?" She's like, she rattled off some of the people that had also had like 1 point. And I was like, they were the same caliber as me. And I'm like, if I'm in a rope, I need to rope with somebody way better than me so that we actually have a chance. And she's like, well, here's some of the guys that are entered heading that could also heel. And it's one of the first names she said was Speed Williams. Well, when I first started roping, probably 3 or 4 years into roping, I had known Speed from announcing. I had known Speed from trick roping. I had known Speed from being around all the rodeos when I was younger with my dad, and I would just infatuated with team roping, and I would go and push everyone's steers. Like, that was literally how I got involved in team roping, is I was just enamored by it. Like, I was enamored by Jake and Clay and Speed and Rich and Coulter Todd and Cesar de la Cruz, and I would literally go, and during the slacks, there'd be 30, 40, 50 teams. I would ask them, like, hey, you need to shove? You need to push? And I would just hang out there, and I'd be covered in cow crap, but I got to push their steers, and I got to feel like I was a part of their team, and I would just watch them and learn. And anyway, so when I had the opportunity to rope with Speed Williams, like, there was a part of me that almost was going to be like, nah, I don't need to rope there. I've got so much on my plate. I mean, that's a fast-paced, high-intensity, very pressure-filled rodeo with the level of production that we bring. And I was like, I don't want to be distracted. And one, it's on freaking national television. And two, there's 10,000 people there. It's not like, entering Cordova, Maryland, with Slack, or even the performance with my buddy Joey Winger. It's not, where there's not like a lot of pressure. Like, if I do good, and then not making the competition level from Utah and some of the best team ropers in the world, the competition level to some of the other places that I will enter is a little different.
Just a little.
But an opportunity to get to rope with Speed I was like, absolutely. And
had you roped with him before?
No, I'd been to his house. That's what I was saying. Like, I knew him, and I'd been to his house a ton, and he's helped me with my heading probably more than anyone. Like, literally, I could always reach, but I never knew how to ride my horse. And like, we've been through some knockdown, drag outs, butt chewings at Speed Williams' house in De Leon back when they lived down there. And like, he was hard on me because I never knew to kick. I never knew how to kick and reach. I still don't know how to do it very good, but he was the one that instilled in my mind, ride your horse. But he never charged us. He was getting like $800 a day or $1,000 a day or $1,200 a day for a lesson, which is well worth it. But he would just invite us down, and we would rope for 4 or 5 hours at night. We'd go in the house, we'd watch videos, and then we'd leave. And like, I watched Gabe and Haley grow up, and Speed was always just super cool to us. To myself and Corey Smothers, we'd go down there. Seth Jones would go with us every once in a while and heel for us, and he was just awesome. And so the funny story, so I call him and I go, you wanna heel for me at Salt Lake? And he goes, well, I can't say no because it's guaranteed money because the way the WCRA pays everybody out. And I said, I don't know how good I'm going to be. He said, what are you going to ride? And I said, I'll find something. And he said, just make sure that we're up before Gabe and I. And I said, okay, I can do that. Well, little did I know they're going to put us first out of the whole stinking rodeo. And the funniest story is about a week before that, he calls me and he goes, hey, Richie needs a run at Salt Lake. And I said, he said, I figured you'd rather rope with an actual healer than me. And I said, Speed, you want to know something? I said, I'm at the point in my team roper career where just getting the head for you as one of my heroes and as one of my friends is more special to me than getting to rope with an 8-time world champion healer. And he said, okay, well then let's go get their money.
Are you a rodeo athlete looking for new ways to earn money? The WCRA World Champions Rodeo Alliance is all for rodeo, and you can be too. How does the WCRA work, and how do you earn money? Start by nominating any event you are going to be participating in prior to the performance start time. You can nominate anything with publicly verifiable results: team rope and jackpots, 40 barrel races, rough stock only events, or pro rodeos. Basically, any rodeo event counts. As long as the event has public and verifiable results, you are eligible to earn WCRA points. How do you start? Go to the App Store or Google Play Store, download the WCRA app on your mobile device. If you already have an account, hit nominate. If not, hit register and create your account. Select your discipline and the date you ride or run. Verify you're nominating the current segment. Confirm your payment. Now it's time to compete and earn points. The WCRA team will track your results, and points will be awarded if and when you place and earn money. Nominate today and visit WCRA Rodeo at WCRArodeo.com or on the WCRA Rodeo app for event information.
So who are some of the most influential people that have helped you in your team roping career or your announcing career?
So there's two guys that have actually, strangely enough, helped me in both the most, and that's Alan Bach and Ryan Moats. Mm-hmm. Alan Bach has been a mentor and a friend to me since I started roping. I lived at his house. We kept our horses there. Alan has seen me at my highest of highs and my lowest of lows, and he's been there through it all, and he's been a real friend through it all. And Alan also taught me the foundation. He, along with Justin Parrish, taught me the foundation of heading and roping, and Alan has helped me so much throughout my life. But then he also helped me when I first started announcing about coming up with a plan and how to execute that plan and be confident in that plan, and of how to get more rodeos and making goals and incorporating and keeping God first and foremost. And then, fast forward 10 years later, I live at Ryan Moats' house for 2 years, and I end up buying a place a mile down the road. And Ryan, his granddad is a guy named Lex Conley, who, along with Cotton Rosser, started the Flying U Rodeo Company. So Ryan's mom, Danny, great trick rider, and now the owner of CD Lights, and just has been a prolific contributor to Western sports as a whole. Well, she encouraged me. She was hard on me at times when I needed it. She encouraged me in announcing and gave me tips, and Ryan, gave me a perspective of an athlete and what people want to hear. And then, of course, I've roped with Ryan more than I've roped with any human alive, and practiced with him more than any person alive. And he's helped me so much team roping and how to handle steers and just trying to learn how to take time out of the runs, and just the openness that he had at his place in turn has allowed me to become great friends with Chase Tryon and Travis and Brock Hansen, and so many people around there, where I've gotten to grow friendships with people that a lot of people don't have access to, or don't have that, where you get to see the different side to. And like I said earlier, being a team roper has helped me on all aspects of my life, and learning how to deal with defeat, learning how to deal with losses and staying level, all of that. The lessons that I've learned from Ryan, the lessons I've learned from Alan, has helped me in my announcing. And Ryan has helped me with my mentality of being a winner. And winning is more than just about winning a check or a buckle or a trophy. Winning is about winning in life. And he has the hashtag, he's always said, winners win. And that mindset has helped me so much in my announcing and being confident, because you have to be confident whether you're backing in the box for 100,000 or a gold buckle, or you're talking in front of 50,000 people at the American. You have to be confident and know that you're a winner, and know that you've done what it takes to be a winner. Whether you win or lose that day, knowing that you prepared to win, and you prepared like a winner prepares, no matter what you do in life, that will give you confidence that you can't buy, you can't read about, you can't learn about. That's something that is born inside of you from a mindset, from a mentality, and knowing that no matter what happens, you can do it. And that comes from Ryan, honestly.
That's awesome. Well, all right, Anthony, I will let you get going. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me today. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too.
You bet. Had a blast. Thank you.